Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to another Bitcoin update. Today, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin dominance predominantly, and then going into a little bit of price action. By the way, you guys, go ahead and hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so that you can get continuous updates 5 days a week in the cryptocurrency markets, and comment down below where you are at in this world. I really love to hear specifically where you guys are tuning in from. Google and YouTube does give me some analytics of different demographics and what percentages of different places that you guys tune in from. But when you guys actually tell me like what state you're from or what country you're from, it's really neat to be able to see that in the comment section specifically. So the Bitcoin dominance is something that I'm really excited about. Something that I have been talking about in my VIP group, which, by the way, the sale is ending today. So go ahead and make sure that you check in the description box below and get the VIP before that sale ends. So with that being said, Bitcoin dominance is something I've been mentioning in the VIP, mentioning that we're going to see an upswing in the price, and it's done pretty much nothing but go up since my call in the VIP group. So I'm really excited to be sharing with you guys kind of my thoughts on the Bitcoin dominance here publicly on the YouTube channel, and then going into the different scenarios with Bitcoin and the different price action with it. So let's go ahead and get into the video here. So this is the Bitcoin dominance on coinmarketcap.com. Well, this is charts.cointrader.pro, which connects to the price data on coinmarketcap.com. But as you guys can see, 2018 was a time where altcoins was really shining at the top of the market. Altcoins were exploding, and that's because Bitcoin is the first. It's the mothership. It's the leader of the market. So what happens is Bitcoin gets a bunch of market cap, gets a bunch of market cap, gets a bunch of market cap, and then Bitcoin starts to break out in value, which we saw all through 2017. We had this huge influx of money coming into Bitcoin, and that gives enough room for altcoins to take off as well. But it doesn't happen until the money goes into Bitcoin. So long as there's money leaving Bitcoin, there's money leaving cryptocurrency. It's the mothership, it's the leader, you guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm like a full-blown Bitcoin maximalist, or I think that Bitcoin is the only coin that's ever going to perform well in the future, or anything like that. But the charts do not lie. They tell you what's going on in the market. Without a doubt, you can have 100% certainty. And one of the things that happens is if a lot of money goes into Bitcoin, you can expect a lot of money to go into alts shortly after. If a lot of money leaves Bitcoin, you can expect a lot more money to leave alts. It's going to be a lot more brutal. You're going to have more percentage on the way down. Like Bitcoin, for example, fell around 84% in the bear market, whereas coins like Litecoin fell all the way down to the 95% Fibonacci retracement. So you're talking about a way more significant percentage loss than what Bitcoin saw, because of the fact that Bitcoin was the first one to get money in the first place and has the biggest market cap, and it's what they would call a god market in the stock market, which it basically means that it's the leader, the mothership of the market. So what we're seeing when you track Bitcoin dominance is the percentage of the total market capitalization that is in the Bitcoin dominance specifically. By the way, for the people that are wondering how I get my energy before my videos and how I like to talk so fast and get so excited, first of all, cryptocurrency is one of the freaking coolest things that you guys could ever be a part of. Second of all, when you guys get up in the morning or whenever you get ready to do a YouTube video, if you guys decide to make YouTube channels, by the way, I highly encourage making a YouTube channel. Freaking amazing thing that I've ever done. Super beneficial for your mood and making yourself a little bit more productive and being a better person, adding value into society. But you guys, I take a cold shower. Sounds a little crazy. Trust me, Google Wim Hof, WIMHOF, with a space in between it. He's called the Iceman. And research what Wim Hof has to say. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. Occasionally I'll drink some green tea, and maybe like every couple months I'll have some coffee if I've been out late with my friends or something, and the next morning I need a little bit of a booster as a tool. But I'm not addicted to caffeine in any way whatsoever. I don't drink soda at all. I don't drink tea or coffee on a regular basis. Literally, to get my energy, I jump inside of a freezing cold shower. And I am in Utah currently. It is winter in Utah. And let me tell you, that water is nice and exhilarating. So that's where I get my energies. People have asked me about that a lot. But the total market cap, back into what I was saying about the dominance, if you see the Bitcoin dominance, it literally means that Bitcoin has 130 billion in market capitalization, and all of the altcoins combined have less than that. Significantly less than that, by the way. You know, Ethereum is 1/10 of Bitcoin's market cap. You have 13 billion inside of Ethereum, and you have 130 billion inside of Bitcoin. So that means that 68% of the market capitalization is inside of Bitcoin. It wasn't like that at the top of the market because so much money went into Bitcoin that it allowed for altcoins to pop off really hard, really fast. And that's where we saw Ethereum going so high, Ripple, or sorry for all the people that get mad at me when I say Ripple, XRP. I was around when XRP actually was Ripple. So that's where I get a little confused sometimes is they used to actually name it Ripple on the website on CoinMarketCap. But XRP saw that huge spike. Litecoin saw that huge spike. All these different coins were pumping really, really hard at the top of the market in 2018 because so much money had went into Bitcoin that there was leftover money to flood into the altcoins. And altcoins are way more volatile. You know, you look at XRP, you saw the huge pump on the upside and then just a really, really quick crash on the downside. And that's because, you know, something like Bitcoin that has a bigger market cap fell a little bit slower and more longer. And that's has to do with market capitalization and market dominance. So that's what we're charting in today's video. This is where I posted in my VIP group right when Bitcoin dominance fell to 65%. I said, listen, you guys, although I am long-term bullish on altcoins, I think that we need to watch the Bitcoin dominance, and the altcoin Bitcoin pairs may see one more leg down before their reversals and before we have all that money coming back into Bitcoin to fuel another strong altcoin market move. Now, I'm still super bullish on altcoins in the long term, especially once they start making higher highs and higher lows, kind of like what Litecoin has had a significant rally, and we need to wait for that higher low to come in. But Bitcoin has had a significant rally as well, where we need to wait for that higher low to come in. So we're kind of waiting for the leading coins, the ones that moved the highest percentage since the bear market ended, since we had that capitulation event in 2018 towards the end of the year. Those coins really rallied hard, like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and now we're waiting for them to make that next low, higher low pattern and then another higher high move. And once enough money is going into Bitcoin, then the altcoins are going to pop off really hard. So I think they're all really cheap right now. But versus Bitcoin, Bitcoin will still probably outperform them for a little while until there's enough money in the Bitcoin market cap, until there's enough parabolic movement in Bitcoin to continue to fuel the altcoins. So what we're seeing right here is essentially this rally up in Bitcoin dominance, which I was expecting to happen. I drew a big arrow on the upside, and I really think this will continue to happen. This was a double bottom pattern right here, and we got to break out of the resistance of that pattern. So I kind of think this will continue to rally up into the 70% range and further, definitely above the 70% level, up even into 74%, and continue to see maybe one more leg up here in the Bitcoin dominance. And I also have mentioned in my VIP group, I'm not going to go into price targets like I did in my VIP group, but I mentioned the Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So this isn't Ethereum versus the US dollar like we're normally looking at. This is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Is falling onto a major support level, but looks like an inverse cup and handle. And, you know, I have been actually watching kind of this huge wedge pattern that has been forming, and I don't really see the bottom of that wedge being tested yet. We need to have that wedge be tested one more time, and it really makes sense for us to dip a little bit further here in the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, which Ethereum is the biggest altcoin in market capitalization currently. So that means that if Ethereum dips down, likely the altcoin pairs are going to see some downside versus the Bitcoin pairs. Does this mean that they make new lows versus the dollar pairs? No. It doesn't have to mean that they make new lows against the dollar pairs. They can actually just double bottom against the dollar pairs. It's kind of what I'm expecting versus like Litecoin versus the dollar, Ethereum versus the dollar. But Bitcoin will be outperforming them for a little portion of time, which means versus the Bitcoin pairs, Ethereum Bitcoin, Ripple Bitcoin, XRP Bitcoin. There I go again. XRP fans are going to be in the comment section. Dallin, I hate you so much for calling XRP Ripple. So yeah, the Bitcoin alt pairs are likely to drop again, whereas versus the dollar, they're in great times to be buying versus the dollar, very undersold versus the dollar, but we're probably going to see Bitcoin do well over the next little while, and that's good for the altcoins. It's just not good in the immediate term. It's going to be good for them and their chart patterns in the long term, because without money going back into Bitcoin, we're never going to see Ethereum, XRP, Tezos. We're never going to see these coins finish breaking out. But they will make their double bottoms, and they'll break out, and they'll go into their next wave set as long as more money comes into Bitcoin. So yes, short term, this is going to look bad versus your Bitcoin value. You may lose some of your altcoin Bitcoin pair value, but in dollar value, you're not going to lose that much. So let's go ahead and look at, that's why I like to look at the dollar mainly, but the Bitcoin pairs are very, very useful to be aware of so that you are keeping everything in check with your portfolio, so that if you start to look at the Bitcoin pairs, yes, your dollar value may not be dropping that significantly, but in terms of Bitcoin value, you may be losing some short-term value, and it's just useful from a charting perspective to know what's going on in the dominance. So I do expect Bitcoin dominance to raise again, and Bitcoin is leading the market. Bitcoin and Litecoin were the first to really break out since the bottom of the move, so they are leading the market. They are also the first ones to really start making this correction before all the other coins started to correct. And I think that Bitcoin will be the first one to make another higher low, wherever it is, whether it's right here at 6,500, or whether it's right here at 6,000, or whether it's down here at 5,500, 5,200. Wherever this decides to make a reversal pattern and start making a higher high, higher low pattern, this will be a low, this will be a higher high, this will be a higher low in the shorter term trend. I'm not talking about the full picture of the trend. I'm just talking about since this whole move happened right here. It'll be a high, this is a higher high since the bear trend really got nasty. And this is a higher low. So if we do finally make that low and start confirming that that low is in place, and we reverse and start trending up on the upside and make that big triangle pattern that I was pointing out, where the market's in this huge triangle shape, then, you know, we can break out in Bitcoin, and we can make another high, a higher high pattern, and really confirm that we're in a huge, massive, profitable uptrend for many years to come. So that's what I'm watching for. You know, the chart could tell us a different story. The chart can always, maybe Bitcoin dominance just moons and altcoins fail all of their support, and you have this scenario where the market just dumps even versus Bitcoin, but the Bitcoin dominance is mooning because money is leaving all of the coins. And that's just highly, I'm a probability trader, that's just highly unlikely, you guys. It's kind of like the same reason that I was posting bullish charts all over my trading view right here at 3.2 thousand is the same reason I'm posting bullish charts all over my trading view around this area and around this area in the total market cap, and even in coins like Ripple, XRP. Man. XRP. This episode is actually really just all about how I can't pronounce XRP properly and how Ripple is the only word that I know how to use for that coin. So, it's all a probability perspective. We're in a huge uptrend in the long term, you guys. We all know that. And it's more likely that this uptrend continues. Yes, there's going to be large selling pressures. There's going to be huge buying pressures and other large selling pressures coming in. But it's all part of the game. It's all part of the trend. I'm still bullish. I really expect Bitcoin to be something that performs very well in the long term and in the next few years, so long as we continue to make this higher high, higher low pattern like we're seeing. And I do expect the altcoins to follow Bitcoin. It's just on the very short term. I think another capitulation event versus the Bitcoin pairs will happen. You're not going to lose that much versus dollar value, especially since we're already so close to major support on all the altcoins versus the dollar pairs. But Bitcoin pairs may see some value loss. So that's my update for you guys today. Again, today is the last day to go ahead and pick up the VIP with the sell. Comment down below where you are at from the world. Hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button for me so that we can get 5 videos in every single week. And I look forward to making my video for you guys tomorrow. As always, stay profitable out there.